Hi, I'm Erik Estrada. Welcome to Divine Renovation.
Choosing Wilmington, North Carolina for our first destination, we identified 5 individuals or families in need of enhancements, not only for their home, but for their state of mind as well. Divine Renovation provided a spiritual uplift, bringing together neighbors, not-for-profits, and businesses to show that people still really do care. In this episode, a former military man confronts a new reality and realizes that through the power of community, a deeply satisfying chapter in his life has emerged.
John, a veteran, Special Forces. This man has jumped out of so many airplanes. As a paratrooper for the U.S. Army, as a civilian, he had his own company. Due to a mishap at the work site, he became disabled.
I was up on a ladder, extension ladder inside the house, and the ladder slid down with me on it. Just about 2-3 seconds, boom, like that. I came to and I got up and I couldn't stand up, and I felt pain. I was seeing black, and so what happened was I crushed my heel.
Because of his serious injury, John's ability to take care of his home had greatly diminished.
What we're going to do for John is we're going to pressure wash the exterior of his house, really clean it up, and add a nice coat of paint. We're also going to replace that oven. He's had a lot of problems with his oven, so we decided just to give him a brand new one. And a non-for-profit in our area, Warm, is going to replace his roof for him.
Hello, John.
Hello.
I'm Erik.
Erik Estrada. I heard you were coming.
Thank you.
Suzanne Gillot is the executive director of the not-for-profit, the Wilmington Area Rebuilding Ministry, known as WARM.
John has a great story. We serve a lot of veterans. John is a veteran. He needed a hand up. He was used to doing all of the maintenance himself, and after some injuries, he couldn't do it anymore. And so we came in, we saw his application, and came in and gave him a new landing and stairs so he could get in and out of his home safely. We're getting a new roof put on as well, so that's exciting. And we helped him with some floor damage and just helping him out with general maintenance and things that needed repairing that had fallen into disrepair. For a lot of people, your home is your biggest investment, and not only money-wise, but time-wise as well. And so to put that much money and that much time into a home and then see it fall into disrepair and through, circumstances beyond your control and not being able to do anything about it, it's very demoralizing. Yeah. And so after all these repairs are done, it really makes their home safe again. It makes the homeowner comfortable. And one of the things we hear time after time is that the homeowner is proud of their home again. So we hope that John can be proud of his home.
That's certainly a hand up.
Yes.
A volunteer heard about the initiative to help John and was determined to drive over an hour to participate.
What did you hear that made you want to come here and volunteer?
It was on the news segment that I saw, and where they were helping some needy people out. So I had some health issues.
Yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Looking to pay it forward. So I got in touch with the producer, and here I am to help.
While repairs were being made inside and outside the trailer, John told Erik about some injuries he sustained when he was in the service, which caused his bones to weaken, setting the stage for a future calamity.
One particular it was during some hand-to-hand we were going through, and I hurt my foot and my ankle. And also it was on a jump, on a night jump. I was the last guy out of the plane, C-130, and I came down in the trees. And so when you come down in the trees, all you have to look ahead, even though it's dark, you see top of the trees, like the top of the trees, you're ready to hit. So you go like this, and your head to this, and cross your legs so you don't get a branch in the eye. But I had got hurt, but I just never said nothing. You're trained to, hey, you suck it up.
Let me ask you this: would you have done the paratrooping If you knew the outcome, I mean, if you knew this would have happened, you'd end up in this now, would you have done it back then?
Yes,
Still?
I would have. Okay, when I was in the military, I joined to be a paratrooper and go through special forces. So when I was in, I went in with my younger brother. He went in with me, and during training, he was killed while I was in. So after that, about 6 months, my father passed away, and 6 months later, I lost my grandmother. So it was a tough time for my life. You know, when you go through military, you know, they don't cut you slack. You're in the military. You get squared away. It's a personal problem. You know, if you complain, you're a sniveler. So I had to go through that.
Fight
you know,
it.
I had to just press through. You know, and so it was one of the toughest times in my life.
After his military stint, John started his own business as a contractor, which he had until a few years ago, when an accident caused a devastating injury, resulting in John becoming disabled.
The day that it happened, it was a day like today. It was a beautiful day. Birds were singing, I was singing, praising God, everything else. And all of a sudden, like that, and that happened. And I went from working 12, 14 hours a day in my business to being bedridden, where I had to crawl from the bed to the bathroom. And the pain was just excruciating. Went through 3 surgeries. And they told me, my surgeon said, if you have to go 1 through more surgery, we'll probably have to take the foot and the leg. So I was determined, and I prayed. But the main thing that helped me through all this was my faith in God.
Did you go through a long time of depression?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But you obviously are out of it now. You can tell by your presence and your face and your attitude.
Well, yeah, but you got to always move forward.
John hasn't had any negativity. He's always been a positive person. He's always brought encouragement. And, you know, it's really easy to complain in those situations. But John, you can't get him to say one negative thing. It's always positivity, always encouragement from him.
John's full name is John Philip Sousa. Although having no relation to the famous composer and musician, they do have something in common. John used to play the trumpet, and then expanded his love for music into dancing. And that is when he picked up a pseudonym.
I understand that you got a nickname, and they call you Johnny Salsa.
Johnny Salsa. Johnny Salsa. Yeah. After been playing trumpet and whatnot for years, and being a band leader and being a soloist and a lead trumpet player, I started to get more into Latin dancing and stuff.
Okay.
And so I went to Colombia. I seen this little girl at this party one night, and she was dancing. I think I was in Cali, and she was dancing salsa. I was so in shock. I can see her right now dancing these steps, and I said, "How do you do that? Teach me, you know." And so they taught me, not her, but the people taught me, and I learned, and I brought it back here, and I go to Latin clubs, and the girls, American, especially American women, wanted to learn how to do Latin music, so, you know, Latin dancing. So I started, they said, you should start a Latin night. So I started there, and it just took off. They had the radio, Latin night with Johnny Salsa, you know. And then I went to this party one night, and out of John Sousa, they were talking about names, and out of John Sousa came Johnny Salsa. I don't know, and it just stuck.
That's how you got it.
I go to the mall a few weeks ago, and I hear someone go, Johnny Salsa. Oh, no.
John's injury and disability has resulted in a shift in his personality.
And just want to do more for my part, because all I've been through has really helped me to be more compassionate and want to help other people, especially, you know, that are less fortunate than me. Or I came out of the hospital one time after seeing my surgeon, and I was feeling sorry for myself, and I look up, and there was a man sitting. Sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional.
It's all right, it's all right.
He was sitting in a wheelchair. He had his hands in his face. And I looked, and he had a big gauze wrap on his leg, and they just had amputated his leg. And I said, you got nothing to complain about.
we find him extremely inspirational. The stories he tells about his life, the experiences he's been through, everything. He's just one of those guys who you love to be around. And here's the interesting thing about John and anyone who's inspiring is that when you're around someone like that, it empowers you. It empowers you to be a better person. And that's what John really does.
All right, John, what do you think?
Yeah, it looks great. It's great. Fabulous.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
Turned out really well.
The paint turned out really, really good. We went with the natural tan. It's bright, and I tell you, it does just a world of difference, a fresh coat of paint. Also made sure to hit your shutters here and a little bit along your bottom trim. The roof, got the new roof put on. That's exciting. And then your range, you got your oven all figured out?
My range's good.
What's for dinner?
Well, I had to think about it. I slept on the floor last night to think about what I was going to cook the next day, so.
Perfect.
Coming up.
Let me know when it's ready.
Okay.
John,
Good.
it's a pleasure.
All right, enjoy
Nice
it.
to
Thank
meet
you.
Yes, sir.
Knowing about his love for music, Divine Renovation arranged for a special surprise for John.
What's that?
It's someone playing trumpet. Oh my God. Wow. Maybe that wasn't me playing, man. I can only play my lips. Wow.
How are you?
Fabulous.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
That was great, man.
Glad you enjoyed it.
I'm
Nice
saying,
to
what
meet
the
you.
heck is going on? I heard with the car horn. I'm saying, what? That's a trumpet, you know?
Well, that's
Hopefully it
special-
sounded a little better than a car horn.
No, it was beautiful. That's a
That's
special
awesome.
surprise for you because you being a trumpet
Yeah,
player.
thank you. Thank
Trumpet
you.
player back in the day.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you-
Cut me off guard on that one.
yeah, I can see. Look how pink your face
I
got.
know, I'm puckering up.
What a wonderful surprise. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Absolutely. And I just want to let you know that I was a veteran too. I played in the West Point Band, and I want to let you know that you have free access to any of the Wilmington Symphony
There
concerts
you
you would
go.
like.
Oh,
Look at
thank
that.
you.
All right.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice surprise.
Congratulations.
Most outstanding trait is his encouragement. I just think he brings a great atmosphere to everything he does.
Since Divine Renovation visited John, he has greatly enjoyed spending time in the kitchen, creating fun recipes for his friends on his new stove. He is proud of his home now that the trailer has been refreshed, and he has a much easier time accessing his front door with the new stairs. True to his word, John continues to lend an ear and his wisdom to those who are struggling. Next time on Divine Renovation.
Alisha, she has experienced so many tragic circumstances in her life, especially being homeless. While raising a teenage son, she hopes to someday have a space really called a home.
What we're going to do in that backyard is a complete overhaul to really, really clean that space up. Just give them a new place and really utilize that space.
Man, I want you to meet someone over here. Chef Erik.
You have steak and shrimp and chicken. Come out here and enjoy those. Enjoy your fish.
Oh, y'all gave us that? For real?
Well, now you know.
But I accept everything today with love.
Yeah, baby.
And I thank y'all so much for everything.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. It ain't been no easy road, but we made it.
Yeah, you made it. And he's a good kid, too. There you go.
I'm little.
Switch!